So rewiring the brain, that's what we're talking about. Okay, this is my favourite way. Can you catch your thoughts? First of all, you've got to figure out what they are. First of all, you've got to figure out who you are and who you're being in the world. I'll give you a story, right? I didn't know, I used to be very, very angry. And I didn't know how angry I was. I had no idea. I was just walking around thinking like, I'm a great person, everyone deserves to be in my orbit and I am the shit. And I didn't know how angry I was being. It's really in relationship that I figured out how angry I was. And it was a rude awakening, let me tell you. And when I figured that out, I was like, why am I so angry? I don't want to talk like this to people. I don't want to behave like this. So then it was a very painful journey of understanding where that anger came from. And then every time the anger came up, I had to intercept my thoughts and ask like, what is going on here? So like a really basic one to start with, I would say, is your self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? The easiest one to first begin with is when you wake up in the morning. What are you saying to yourself? How are you speaking to yourself when you get up? Is it like you wake up and you're like, shit, I've got that to do, that to do, that to do today? Or are you waking up and you're like, it's gonna be a great day. I don't know why, I don't know how, it's just gonna be a great day. That immediately puts you on a different kind of footing to one that you've been on for maybe all your life. If you can intercept your thoughts and change them right there and then, the more and more and more you do that, it will tip, the balance will tip into the dominant thought. Because the dominant thought at the moment might be, my life is shit, I hate myself, I look ugly in this, whatever, you know, all that horrible self-talk that we all do. But if you start intercepting those thoughts into other ones, which don't feel real at first you're gonna be like, this is fucking bullshit, mate. I don't feel like this. That's all right. At least you're able to intercept your thoughts. That's the first indication that you are moving into a new version of yourself. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's an easy practice, but it's a very rewarding one. And once you start figuring out, like, and there are aspects of one person's life, right? Of a person's life that you want to change. It's usually relationships, money, spirituality, or relationship to higher source, God, whatever. Your job, your career, and your purpose. Your purpose is different to your career most of the time, right? There are lots of others, but they're the ones that people often focus on, I've found, in my work. I'll give you one more example because I love this one. So I have a belief system that I'm always late. I'm always late, not by that much, like 10 to 15 minutes, maybe half an hour sometimes, but I'm always late. And one day, like, this is just something that runs in my head all the time. I'm getting ready, I'm like, I'm late. It's such a strong belief system. And I started intercepting it. I was like, hang on a minute, I'm not late, I'm on time. I'm always on time. I'm always on time. I don't want to say early, I just thought that was ridiculous. I couldn't even fathom being early all the time. I was like, yeah, I'm on time, right? And so when I started to do this and say like, I'm on time, even though I was obviously running like still 20 minutes late, right? I'd be on my way to like get the bus or whatever, and I get a text from the person I meant to meet, or the workplace that I'm meant to be at. Oh, sorry, I'm running late today. I'm not going to be at the office until, you know, an hour later, or, you know, I turn up somewhere where I think I'm late and the person can't even see me yet. Or I turn up to an event and I think I'm late and there's barely anyone there and I'm one of the early ones. And you might think like, well, obviously, like, that's just something that you've just got it in your mind that you're late. No, I was always late. I have friends who have known me for over 20 years who are like, yeah, Priya's perpetually late. But yeah, it's a fun one. And if you can do a small one like that first, to play around with it, I would love to see your surprise at what happens. Yeah.